Welcome to the Tennessee Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within a few days at strivescan.com/Tennessee. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from the University of Connecticut.
Hello, I'm going to share my screen with you all. All right, so to get started, my name is Alexandra and I am the admissions officer from the University of Connecticut. And a little bit about me, I graduated from UConn back in 2018 with 2 degrees, one in marketing with a concentration in digital marketing and analytics and a second in communication. But as you'll see, there's far more beyond that at UConn. We are located in a town called Storrs, Connecticut. You can see that right in the middle of the map. We have our very own zip code, so when you come to Storrs, everything there is UConn. You can see we have 4 other campuses, but those are our regional campuses where typically our in-state students will go, and then they'll transfer to Storrs. So for the purpose of this presentation, we're just going to be focused on that Storrs main campus. The main campus is an hour and a half from Boston and 2.5 hours from New York City. So it's real easy to go off and explore the surrounding areas. We have buses that stop right on campus and go to both cities every single weekend, so you can go whenever you would like to. We even have an organization on campus called SUBOG, and they're kind of like the event planners, and they've gone to see the Red Sox play, they've gone to see the New York Jets play, they've gone to explore the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, so they like to get students off campus and out exploring. If you are looking for a college campus feel, you're most definitely going to get that at UConn. We have a lot of different lawn spaces on campus where students will sit and eat lunch, they'll kick a soccer ball, throw a frisbee. So when you think back to movies you've seen and they're at college, that's what you're going to get at UConn. We very much so have that small community feel. Even though we have 19,000 undergraduates on our main campus, it definitely doesn't feel like we have that many. By the time my senior year rolled around, I couldn't walk 5 feet without saying hi to someone I knew. So it really does become like your own little community. In terms of academics, we have over 110 majors to choose from, so we are all about options. We have even more minors and concentrations, so you can mix and match different areas of interest that you have. This is a list of all of our majors, and it might be a little bit small, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of what types of programs we have over in our College of Agriculture, Health, and Natural Resources programs like our animal science and our pre-vet. We have nutritional sciences, dietetics, environmental sciences, and environmental studies. We've got our School of Business with all of the traditional business programs and our School of Engineering with lots of traditional engineering programs too. Our NEAG School of Education is focused on students who want to become teachers, and you can do that within 5 years. You'll get a bachelor's in your first 4 years and a master's in your 5th year. We also have our sports management program, our School of Fine Arts, and we have a puppetry major. We're one of 2 schools in the country to have a puppetry major, so if that's something you're interested in, UConn's perfect for you. We've got our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which is a lot of the traditional science programs. So there's like biology and chemistry, but there's also all of the languages and math and the social sciences and psychology. So that's where most of our students' major ends up falling because it is our largest program. We have our School of Nursing, School of Pharmacy, and School of Social Work all in their own specialized areas. And if you're looking at this list and you don't see what you want, we have our Individualized major program, which is basically create your own major. So you can pick and choose classes from different departments to make your own major. And if you're also looking at this and you have absolutely no idea what you want to do, that's totally fine. We have our ACES Undecided program. You can see that in the blue box in the bottom right corner. 1/3 of our students come in as undecided, so don't worry, you're not alone. Some fun things we've got going on campus. We have 24 Division I sports teams. There are sporting events all the time, and all UConn students get free admission to every single sporting event. So if you want to go to the basketball game, the hockey game, soccer, football, whatever it is, you are in for free. All you have to do is swipe your UConn ID. If you're not interested in athletics, we have over 700 clubs and organizations on campus. We have our traditional sororities and fraternities, our marching band, our cheer team. We have a tea club and a coffee club. We've got skydiving. So if you're a daredevil, you can try skydiving, or you could be the mascot and run around campus trying to cheer up the teams during the games. If you're looking to get off campus and exploring new cultures, we have over 135 study abroad programs in the summertime, spring, fall, winter. You could even go for a full year if you wanted to. These are some of the fun things that we've got going on year round. We have that girl covered in mud head to toe. That is at our oozeball mud volleyball tournament where you get covered in mud. It's totally disgusting, but the most fun you'll ever have. We also have our Euconic Music Festival where Khalid was the headliner, and tickets to see him started at $10. So super cheap, super fun. On to the application stuff. UConn is test optional for the next 2 years. So if you are a sophomore or a junior, you will be captured under our test optional program. So chat with your counselor, see if that's something that you want to take advantage of. We review holistically, so we look at everything when you apply. We won't just use your GPA or your test score. We want to see the classes you're enrolled in, the activities you're doing outside of the classroom, and of course your essay. Which brings me to our dates and deadlines. And I know it seems like it's far away, but December 1st is our priority consideration for merit, scholarship, and honors. And all students who apply are automatically reviewed. And for out-of-state students, we have scholarships that go up to $25,000 a year. So you really want to take advantage of that. And you can see our other dates and deadlines there. And it seems like it's far away, but don't worry, it's going to come up on you quick. So here's my contact info. I'll throw it in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from the University of Massachusetts, Lowell.
All right, thank you. So of course, let me share my screen as well and jump right into this. All right, so starting with the, of course, important basics. My name is Tom Scarinci. I am the admissions rep here for UMass Lowell. I did attend UMass Lowell, so I am definitely pretty biased about my interest in the school. When talking about UConn, brought up being a mascot. I was the mascot at UMass Lowell for a couple of years, so I'm very, very biased about at least the athletics, but I will try to keep it down and state of facts. So, of course, here you see our campus map, our aerial shot of the university. UMass Lowell is a public school in Lowell, Massachusetts, about 35 minutes north of Boston. We are around 12,000, that'd be around 11,500 undergraduates to be somewhat exact. Our campus is right, as you can see, part of the city of Lowell. East Campus in the foreground is right next to downtown Lowell. If you kind of went left off of the screen, literally just off the edge of the screen of this picture, about a 5-minute walk is downtown Lowell. Then you have all the majors organized on North and South Campus. I wanted to be considerate for time, so I will not get into that and waste my time breaking that down too much. This is more about our location, kind of a map so you can see where we are in terms of relation to Massachusetts. Earlier today, I added all these pictures because I realized there weren't any good pictures of the city of Lowell, and I love downtown Lowell. I was a history major, so I'm a huge nerd with the Industrial Revolution and the National Park in Lowell. You can see it in some of those shots that I have on the screen here. But Lowell, as you can see, is about 35 minutes north of Boston, 35 minutes to the beach, 35 minutes to hiking. So if you're into recreational activities off campus and of course academic activities as part of your major, you're going to have a lot of options nearby. So you're going to have definitely all those things that you can definitely do as part of your student experience. So that's always great to know. Getting into numbers of the university, this picture is, the pop-up you usually see at a college fair. And since we can't do that, I added it here. And you can see by some of the bullet points, we're a growing institution. I think every year since I was a freshman, it has been the largest freshman class. So the university has grown quite a lot. It's kind of going along with that, the average GPA and SAT has grown and gone up as well. UMass Lowell is definitely a very competitive school. You can see the average GPA we're looking for is a little under an A-, definitely not the minimum. That's our average applicant GPA. I always point out right here that we are a test optional school. UMass Lowell is one of the first public schools in New England to go test optional, and it's been very successful. So I don't think it's going away anywhere, but you can definitely apply test optional for UMass Lowell. So if you are a poor test taker, just don't want to do it, that's totally fine. You don't need any reason, but definitely go test optional if you don't want to do it. We do offer 6 academic colleges. We do offer an honors college. You can't major in honors, of course. It's kind of like an honors program on a lot of steroids. That's open to all students. And we do offer a variety of accelerated bachelor's to master's programs, meaning that you can get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree combined in 5 years. So you get 4 years in a bachelor's and a 1-year master's degree. So that's very popular. That got me to go to UMassel, definitely one of the factors. There are a lot of options in them, although I will always point out that the 5-year program for education and the MBA in business are always very popular tracks for that 5-year program. This lists all of our 120 programs of study. I don't expect you to be able to read all of them, but that's just to show you some of the length of them. I always like to point out the variety of fine arts, humanities, and social sciences, which is the first column on the left and part of the second one. However, a common question all of us schools get is, what are you known for? The engineering program in the middle of the majors list and the sciences after it are definitely very, very strong and very, very popular. We are very, very much a hands-on school, but we still keep class sizes small. As you can see, the average class size is about 19 students. So that's always important to note. Getting onto our hands-on learning, co-ops, internships, study abroad, working with different partner industries on and off campus are going to be huge. You see in the top picture, the girls with iRobot, they started the Rambo vacuums. So they have an office pretty much very near Lowell and I believe Burlington, Massachusetts. So a lot of opportunity right outside of our campus doors. And of course, in the region, students have gone across the country to Tesla, to other offices in California. So you are not bound to Massachusetts or New England. You can definitely go around the world with your hands-on learning. You can do service learning, which I love. Giving back to the community, giving back to a person in need while learning and while providing a service. So a whole lot of different categories depending on your major, your interest, what your passion is. The university really gives you a lot of flexibility, whether you want to work with people and work in the field, or if you hate people, want to work in a lab and just work with, cells and stuff like that. I had a roommate like that. Wasn't the greatest roommate, naturally, since he didn't like people that much, but he was great at biology. So whatever interest, you can definitely find hands-on learning opportunities to support it. So campus life, biggest and most important thing people ask about is our Division I sports and what division they are. And as I already said, Division I. Hockey is very, very popular. However, baseball is always a great sport. Lacrosse, men's and women's are very strong. Same with soccer. Men's and women's soccer is always very popular too. Those games are free, a lot of giveaways, so I always support going to them as often as you can. Going back to the location of Lowell, going off campus, rock climbing, ice climbing, skydiving, surfing. I have done all those things in the region through UMass Lowell for relatively cheap. So doing things off campus as well as on campus for fun is going to be available for everything. So, and if you hate sports and like art and culture and theater and performances like that instead, Lowell's a great city for that. And of course, the region is going to be great for that, with whether you're going to Worcester nearby or Boston, which is somewhat nearby as well. So my last page here, just in time as I wrap up with my time here, is the admissions deadlines as well as my information at the bottom. We are rolling admission moving forward now. So if you are a senior and thinking of applying, you can still apply for UMass Lowell. But this has all the important dates. And of course, my email address and how to find our tours. We don't offer any in-person tours, but please check out the virtual tours if you can for now. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Bucknell University.
Great, thank you so much for being here. My name is Lauren Rambo. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Admissions and the Southeast Regional Representative. So I live and work with students in the Southeast and Tennessee specifically. I'm going to talk to you about Bucknell University, which is located in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. We are in a small college town in a more rural setting, but that doesn't mean we are limiting any of your hands-on opportunities. Ingrained into everything that our students do, from their academics to their activities, to their abroad experiences, to their service. The focus of our students, faculty, and staff is really to give you the chance to take what you're learning and step outside the classroom, step off the campus, do what you're learning. Whether that's through research as early as your first year, whether that's through service learning projects that are offered through different classes. So for example, students in abnormal and clinical psychology will volunteer with a state mental hospital in the area. or students in the chemistry department and the physics department have worked with Girl Scouts and Cub Scouts troops to teach them different science concepts. There's all sorts of ways for you to get outside of your classroom and to really be able to know what it is that you're learning. We are 3,600 undergraduate students and really focused on the undergraduate experience. Our students are in and out in 4 years, and they are the focus of our faculty. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and none of your classes are taught by TAs. Our faculty value their research just as much as they value their teaching. They're at Bucknell to provide mentorship, research opportunities, and to be there for their students. It's not just them answering your questions in a classroom or answering your questions in office hours. They have the chance to get to know you and build relationships with you so that they can find out what it is that you're hoping to do with your future and guide you on that journey. We have 3 colleges, the College of Arts and Sciences, which is the largest of the 3. All students will take courses across this college. There's over 50 majors and almost 70 minors just in arts and sciences alone. Obviously the visual and performing arts, natural sciences, but also the humanities and the social sciences. And it's incredibly interdisciplinary as well. It's not uncommon for students to have seemingly very different majors because they have found an important connection between them or just because they like them. You have access to spaces like well-equipped labs, a rooftop greenhouse, 3 different theaters, a costume shop, maker spaces, a movie theater downtown, all of that's available to all of our students across campus. Our College of Engineering is highly well known as one of the top 5 undergraduate programs. There's 8 different disciplines in here, and you're an engineer from day one. You are making projects, you're making connections with companies. You are really engaged in that product management and product creation and understanding what it means to be an engineer. Zane, who's pictured in the center in the floral shirt, started a project in class where he developed a simulator to help doctors determine if patients who have had leg injuries, if they're ready to start driving again or not. With the help of some other students and his faculty mentor, he was able to really create that device, and it's now being used in a hospital about 20 minutes from campus. While that's really one of my favorite stories to tell, it's also not uncommon for our students. And then we have our Freeman College of Management, which has the Association for the Advancement of Collegiate Schools of Business accreditation, which only the top 5% of programs will receive. And that means we have some name recognition in the industries. It's management rather than business because we want you to take a couple steps back and see the wider lens, the wider scope. You do still get a business degree at the end. Those students connect closely with alumni, mentors who are alumni who are in their field, and there's 7 different majors and 2 minors within there. Because of all these hands-on experiences and opportunities, our students have really incredible outcomes. We just found out for the class of 2020, they had a 94% placement rate within 9 months of graduating. Most within jobs, some doing grad school, some volunteering, and a small percentage still figuring out what's going to be next for them. Our alumni include people like Philip Roth, who's one of the most awarded American writers in history, Jessica Jackley, who created Kiva.com, which is a micro-lending site, Rachel Sherbill, who's a Disney Imagineer and helped design the Galaxy's Edge park in Disney World and Disneyland. Bengay Akenebe, who's been seen in HBO shows like The Wire and who's been on Broadway's recent production of To Kill a Mockingbird. There's no one path that our students take because they're involved in so many things academically and on campus. We're very much an and institution. You can be the athlete and the dancer and the scientist. You don't have to pick just one part of campus. We have over 200 clubs and organizations, Division I athletics, Greek life starting sophomore year, lots of different cultural organizations, a robust religious life and religious life offices, the Women's Resource Center, International Student Services, the Office of Accessibility Resources, mental health services and physical health services on campus, lots of different resources. We are holistic. We ask that you submit Common App or coalition application. You can see our deadlines here. The most important thing is if you're applying for need-based aid to get your CSS profile in when your application is due. And we are also test optional. Here is my contact info, if I can get to the next screen. I put it in the chat as well. I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Pittsburgh.
Hi there, Carrie Meeks Griffin here from the University of Pittsburgh. Let me go ahead and, of course, share my screen. University of Pittsburgh is one of the oldest institutions in the country, founded in 1787. We have 19,000 full-time undergraduate students. Of course, with that long, rich history, we have people and alumni involved in our institution all the way from creating the polio vaccine to Nobel Peace Prize winners. With 19,000 full-time undergraduates, we have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are Division I ACC athletics and a major Research 1 institution, top 5 in National Institutes of Health funding. It's an urban campus with a diverse student body from over all 50 states and over 100 different countries, including a network that graduated from Pitt of over 300,000 alumni, including myself. University of Pittsburgh is located in Oakland, which is a neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh. You can see here the Cathedral of Learning, which is one of our main academic buildings, a 42 Gothic skyscraper right in the center of campus. If you look to the side, you can see the downtown skyline, just to give you an idea of how close we are to downtown Pittsburgh. We're about 3 miles. Pitt students get to utilize public transportation for free, so you have full access to everything that the city offers. This is the view from the other side. This is what downtown Pittsburgh looks like. A lot of times I get questions about what the weather is going to be like if you're coming from the south. So we definitely have all 4 seasons here in the city of Pittsburgh. Give you an idea location-wise where we are in relation to Tennessee. We are on the western side of Pennsylvania, closer to Ohio. Very easy to get to the city of Pittsburgh, but if you're flying from Nashville into the Pittsburgh airport, the airport's about a 20-minute drive to campus. Now, academic options at Pitt, we have over 100 different majors, variety of different academic programs, some that are the most popular. Of course, if you think Pitt, you always most likely think anything medical, health, and science related, which of course we're very strong in those programs. Neuroscience, bio, psychology are all very popular, but we're also popular in social sciences, humanities, arts programs, East Asian languages and literatures. Philosophy department is ranked 3rd in the entire country. Our business programs are strong, and also engineering. So many different academic options at the University of Pittsburgh. We also have an honors college. We'll review you automatically as long as you fill out the additional supplemental honors essay. The honors college really helps students take their education to the next level. It is going to just add that little extra intensity to your academic program, and also has opportunities for additional undergraduate research, competing for national and international scholarship opportunities, including Fulbright, Goldwater, and Rhodes. We're actually a top university for Fulbright winners for the last 10 years. We also have our guaranteed admission programs. If you're already thinking about that next level, we can review you as an incoming freshman student for admission to one of our graduate professional schools. You'll just indicate that on your application. Now, of course, outside of your academics, there's going to be many different opportunities. And of course, being so close to an urban area really allows for that. We do have an internship guarantee program, which all of our undergraduate students are guaranteed at least one internship opportunity. In addition to that real world experience, we also have a variety of study abroad options, over 400 different student organizations, service learning, and of course, undergraduate research, which you can start as early as spring semester, your first year at Pitt. Application process, it is rolling admissions. It is a holistic review. You can apply via the Common App, the Coalition app, or the application that's on our website. We are test optional for all programs. You have the option to utilize our self-reported academic record in lieu of sending a transcript to make the application process a little bit easier. We do encourage all applicants to submit a personal statement. It is required if you are planning to apply test optional. That is your opportunity to help the admissions committee get to know you better, and also any additional supplemental information you feel would be helpful, such as activities, resume lists, or recommendation letters. With rolling admissions, we definitely encourage you to take advantage of applying early for the best chance for admission, merit-based scholarships, and admission to Pitt Honors and our graduate school guarantee programs as well. Pitt is one of the top colleges that pay you back. We've consistently been ranked for the past 13 years for one of the best values in higher education, the #1 public university in the Northeast, and we also have a 94% placement rate upon graduation. And I am the representative for Tennessee, so if you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to me. I'll drop that in the chat. I always like to give a little shout out to the Pitt Band because I love that picture, and also I am a Pitt Band alum. So thank you and hail to Pitt.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Salve, Regina University.
Great, thank you so much. I'm also going to take a second to share my screen here. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Zachary Pereira, and I am an admissions counselor here at Salve Regina University. Just a little bit of background on us in case you aren't too familiar with us. We are a Catholic institution founded by the Sisters of Mercy in the 1940s. And we take that mercy mission really seriously, and it really underpins everything we do here at the university. So the mercy mission is really seeking wisdom and just promoting universal justice. And as a university, we really want to work toward producing graduates that are going to go out and to make the world more merciful, harmonious, and just. And you can see we focus on one of the 5 critical concerns of mercy each year. And this year we are focusing on racism. A little bit more about us. We are a small school, so we have 2,100 undergraduate students. Very small, very community-oriented place. There's a map there in the middle for you, so you can see where we are located. We are located in Newport, Rhode Island, the biggest little state in the Union. And we are located in, you can see in the picture on the right-hand side, right on Narragansett Bay, on the cliff walk overlooking Narragansett Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. And our campus is made up of 7 historic mansions and estates that we have repurposed into academic buildings and residential housing, which is really, really cool. Talking about some programs that we have here at Salve, we did start primarily as a school for the helping professions. So nursing, education, social work, and those type of programs. Today we do have about 50 different academic programs, and while nursing is still our strongest and most competitive, we have other pre-professional programs ranging from engineering and pharmacy to your traditional liberal arts programs like psychology, political science, and other programs like that. The beauty of a liberal arts education is that you can kind of dabble in what you want. So we have lots of different minors that you're able to tack on. You can double major, you can be a theater major and an accounting major at the same time. So you can really kind of explore all the different parts of your personality, of your interests that you're maybe interested in pursuing after graduation. And in this picture right here, you can see Ochre Court, which is our main admissions building. And this year, because of COVID, we are actually using it as a classroom space as well. So really cool, you can take classes in a Gilded Age mansion. And fun fact, HBO was actually just filming a show, The Gilded Age, right next to campus last week, which was pretty cool. But there's so much to do here at Salve and so much to do in Newport. We put a really strong focus on experiential learning. So you'll see here in a couple of these pictures, one of our students in biology and our chemistry labs on campus. Because we are a small school and we don't have too many master's programs, the opportunities in our laboratories are dedicated to our undergraduate students. So you're going to start freshman year, sophomore year, getting into laboratories, learning how to use the spectrometers and everything like that, which maybe if you're going to a larger school, you may not have that opportunity. So that's something we really try to capitalize on here at Salve and capitalize on that small size. We also have a really interesting cultural and preservation program. You can see some of our students doing a little bit of an archaeological dig right there. And then we have a really robust performing arts program here as well, whether it's theater, music, dance, or any of our performing arts. A little bit about our athletics. So maybe you're really kind of more interested in the athletics. We do have 20 varsity sports here at Salve. We are Division III. We have 2 co-ed non-division sports in sailing and equestrian. We have an awesome equestrian club. If maybe you're more into the extracurriculars, we do have 80 clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. pretty much whatever school you're interested in is going to have the clubs that you're interested in. But if not, you're welcome to start a club. If you find a couple of friends, something interested in something that you're interested in, just talk to student activities and you can start a club. But we have plenty of different clubs that you might be interested in. One of my favorite is the Outdoors Club. We also have an options trading club, which is kind of an accounting club, and they actually do manage a stock portfolio in the stock market, which is pretty cool. Just moving on a little bit, there's always something to do on campus. We have people come to campus, we work at carnivals, food trucks, we have guest speakers, we have musicians, and community service is also really big. So you can see some of our students doing HP up right there. Just talking a little bit about our application requirements. So we are a Common App school, so commonapp.org, you can find us on there. We do require a couple of things in addition to that. So we do require your transcript. We want to see the grades that you've earned. And we require 2 letters of recommendation, one from a teacher, one from a counselor. Next year, we are test optional, so you are not required to submit your test scores to Salve to complete your application. And then just on the right-hand side, I did throw some numbers up here, just some averages and some kind of statistics for you to see where you maybe fall. But the middle 50% of our students have between a 3.2 and a 3.8. Nursing is just a little bit higher, a little bit more of a competitive program for us. Our application deadlines, we do have 3 different application deadlines. So our first one is November 1st. That is our early action and our early decision deadline. Then we have our early action 2 deadline on January 5th. And then we round out regular decision on February 1st. About scholarships and financial aid. So 99% of our families do receive financial aid. We have both need-based and merit-based financial aid here at Salve. Our merit awards range from about $10,000 to $20,000 per year, and they are renewable for all 4 years, which is great. In addition to that, we do have a kind of full tuition scholarship called the Ochre Scholarship, as well as the Visual Performing Arts Scholarship, and additional scholarships as well. And you can see the breakdown for tuition and right there. Just before I wrap up here, I just want to mention a few other opportunities to kind of stay connected. All of this can be found right at salve.edu/visits. Lots of virtual opportunities and in-person opportunities to stay connected. And that's my contact information. I will pop that in the chat below. But thank you all so much for listening a little bit about Salve.
Thank you. Lastly, you'll be hearing from Johnson and Wales University.
Hey there, my name is Paul Carney. I'm an admissions representative with Johnson and Wales University. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and my territory includes Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And just to tell you a little bit about Johnson and Wales, who we are and where we're located, we have 2 campuses. Our main and original campus was founded in Providence, Rhode Island in 1914, originally as a business school. One unique fact about Johnson and Wales, we were founded by 2 ladies, and they founded the school 5 years before they could even vote. So that was kind of interesting. We have grown over the years. We currently have about 12,000 students in total. And our other campus is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our campus in Providence, Rhode Island has about 10,000 students and the bulk of our majors. Our campus in Charlotte is smaller with about 2,000 students enrolled there. And Providence, Rhode Island is a medium-sized metropolitan area of about 500,000 people. It's about 40 miles southwest of Boston. Charlotte is a little larger with about 1 million people in the metropolitan area. So if you're looking for a bigger university feel or a smaller college feel, we can appeal to both of those with both of our campuses. The things that really make Johnson Wales different are our class size, experiential learning, our faculty, and the fact that you can jump right into your major at Johnson Wales. Our student faculty ratio is 18:1, so it's fairly small. You will not have any large lecture hall classes with hundreds of students in the classroom. We do focus on experiential learning, learning by doing. employing what you learn in the classroom and your textbooks into the world of work, and then using your hands and your knowledge to work together. Our faculty are unique in that they are required to have real world work experience before they come to work for us. So if they're teaching hotel management courses, they've managed a hotel, or they've managed a chain of hotels, or they've been an executive with Hyatt, Hilton, Marriott, IHG, or any of the other hotel chains. They get to know their students very well. They serve as your academic advisors. They are experts in their field because they work in the field. And many of these people have developed innovative programs in their particular world of work. So they're not professional academics that spend most of their day doing research. They're actually in the trenches, so to speak. And they do build lifelong relationships with their students. At Johnson & Wales, you're not going to spend the first 2 years of college taking the basic curriculum, English, math, lab science, social science, humanities courses. You are going to take those classes, but you're also going to take your major classes. It's an equal split between major classes and core curriculum classes each year that you're in college. So you're in those classes that you're most passionate about. You're learning whether or not it is something you indeed really want to go into, to spend the next 45 work years of your life doing. And if you discover that you love it, that's wonderful, that's great. But if you discover that maybe it's not the right thing for you, that's great. You can change your major and you won't get behind in doing that. We offer about 50 different undergraduate majors from 6 different undergraduate colleges. Too many to go over at this time, but if you'd like to visit our website and take a look at all the majors that we offer, you're welcome to do so. We offer 80 study abroad programs in 40 countries around the world. A lot of employers nowadays are looking for people with global experience. And if you're bilingual or multilingual, you will definitely have a competitive advantage when you start applying for jobs your senior year in college. We've got about 150 student organizations on our campuses. Again, too many to mention here, but we encourage you to visit our website and take a look at all that we have to offer. We do require all of our freshmen and sophomores to live on campus in the residence halls. You'll find that our residence halls are roomy. The meal plans are great because our cafeterias have student workers who are culinary arts majors. They're aspiring chefs, and we have fantastic food service at Johnson & Wales. Probably our most famous alumni is Emeril Lagasse and Tyler Florence from the Food Network. And so we're very well known for that, our College of Business and our College of Hospitality and Tourism Management. We compete in the Division III in the NCAA. These are the sports that we offer in men's sports, women's sports, and coeducational sports, and it's broken down by the campus as to where it is offered. We encourage you to take the first step in looking at Johnson & Wales by exploring from home. Just like on your computer right now, just take a look at us, but we also want you to come visit campus. You can take a look at when we offer campus tours. We encourage you to apply for admission. It is online or the Common App. We don't charge an application fee, and we are test optional, always have been. And we're on social media, so you can check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the others. We're on there. If you want some more additional information about any of our majors or sports or anything at all, you can use your smartphone to just scan that QR code, text us, or go to our website, and you can get more information that way. Again, my name is Paul. Thank you all very much. If you have any questions, reach out to me later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So I just want to invite all of the reps to come back on and do a round of Q&A. So in the same order that you presented in, just answer what advice you would give someone going through the college search process, starting with the University of Connecticut.
All right, so I would say my biggest piece of advice is don't be afraid to try something new, keep an open mind. ask lots of questions. We're all here to help. And if you don't know what to ask us, that's fine. You can tell us that. And we're more than happy to try to figure out what you're looking for. Just trust yourself through this process and make it fun.
I definitely support that. I was originally going to say that you don't have to have it all figured out, but that's pretty close. I don't want to copy. I think you don't know what you don't know naturally. So taking campus tours, as hard as it is right now, with some schools not offering them at all. But taking campus tours, virtual tours to see what kind of school you like, that helped me decide if I wanted a large or small school, that kind of thing. So being able to visit campuses, even if it's closed and it's because of quarantine and everything, to see the campus is going to be a huge help. So if you can, tour campuses.
My biggest piece of advice is to not forget that you have to finish high school first. It's really easy to get caught up in the college search process and to think about where you're going next, but you lose sight of all the opportunities and resources and experiences that are in front of you now. So as important as it is to really dig into your college search, remember to stay engaged in your high school experience, your family experience, your community experience.
My advice is very practical. I always say to make sure to create an email address just for your college search and to, put whenever colleges ask for email addresses and for your application, and then create folders, so all of your emails from different schools can get routed to those folders and you can keep track of it, because there will be no shortage of emails coming your way and probably already coming your way. So it's a good way to keep track and make sure that everything from each of your schools is nice and organized.
Yeah, that's a great one. My piece of advice, I echo everything everyone has said, but I guess my piece of advice would just be to try not to stress about it. I mean, it's already a stressful process and everything like that. I had my one and only mental breakdown during the college process. So it is very stressful, but we're here to help. So just make some time for yourself, and just at the end, it all works out.
And like a few others, I highly recommend visiting as many colleges and universities as you can. There are big universities, small colleges, and everything in between, with different missions, different majors, different locations, different sizes, different attitude, different feel. So, get out there and see as much as you can. Understand you can't see everything because there are about 4,000 four-year colleges and universities. It's impossible to know everything about all of them, and we would go broke trying to visit all of them. So, but just try to visit as many as you can, and then get serious about things from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing, and thank you everyone for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Tennessee. So thanks again, everyone. Bye now.
Bye-bye.